as you guys are watching this today, try and practice something that a lot of us don't always tend to do, and that's to be present. And what that means is just as you watch and as you take in the information, which is going to be a lot of cool stuff, a lot of it's not opinion-based knowledge, it's truth-based knowledge that applies to everyone. So a really good way to be present is just to breathe. I know it's something we talk about and we're told since we're kids, but when we're kids, we breathe deep into our bellies. And as we get older, everything's a lot of times it's in a rush, go here, go there, and we forget to breathe consciously, and it becomes an unconscious breath where you don't actually take it in. So when you can find that spot where you're still talking, you're still communicating, you're still moving around, but you're breathing, you'll feel a lot differently. So just start with some deep into the nose and watch your stomach. Feel your stomach go out. You can even put a hand on your stomach as you feel it go out. 5 simple breaths. It's a game changer. You can go in through the nose, out through the mouth, or in through the nose, out through the nose. So dude, even as I'm doing that, a part of me is like, hurry up on the breath. The content's gotta be quick, it's gotta be flashy, people are here, we got time to tell. And it's like, when you realize that time is nothing more than our perception of time. And we've all experienced that when we're kids, where you go outside to play tag or run around and play some sports, and 8 hours will go by, and it feels like 2 minutes went by.
Yeah.
It's just like, boom, like what just happened? Yeah. And then I'm sure we've also all experienced when you're doing something you don't like, it feels like 8 hours went by, and you're like, damn, only 2 minutes went by? So we're all experiencing our own versions of reality. Even as people are looking at us watching, they're seeing this same frame, but different people are going to see different things depending on what your unconscious mind is looking for. So when you choose to see the things that are good in life and the beauty of it, someone might look behind and see a curtain and it's rusty, and they go, oh, that's reminding me of my rusty curtains back at my cottage when I was little. Somebody might look and say, oh, I love Gerard's bracelet, or I liked one of Chris's rings, or man, look at those, these wicker furniture. So we'll all see different things in the frame that our mind is attracted to, depending on like our past experiences and stuff. And when you can release past experiences, you could just be present with what you're actually watching. And it's cool. A lot of people talk about the present as a gift, and it is. But the actual scientific explanation of the present and where the word is derived from is it's preset. So the moments that we're experiencing right now were preset from previous thoughts. So you had a thought of contacting me, you reached out, oh, I want to do an interview with Chris and hang out, and then I thought, oh, I want to do an interview with Gerard and hang out. So our thoughts co-created this experience in which is currently taking place. Wow. And then what's going to happen later today is already preset from what we are thinking right now. So when you can think in a very pure way, and just not worry about the past, don't plan too far into the future, you get lost in the now, which is a pretty sweet spot to hang out.
Oh my God, man. It's just like, I'm just taking it all in. I mean, especially being right here in front of this ocean, and that's how I energize myself. It's like how I become the most present is when I'm near an ocean. So it's just amazing how, we preset this moment, and it happens to be, I didn't know where, I didn't know where it was gonna be. I just my heart was there. I was just like, no man, I really, it's weird because even with this show, I don't know 100% who's going to be on the show. Yeah. I follow my intuition.
Yep.
It organically manifests the people that I believe are supposed to be on the show, and for the people that are coming and watching this show. It's not like I have every episode laid out. I know exactly who I know. It's like I live organically.
Yeah, dude.
And by the energy that I really genuinely feel that I'm putting out, and the stories that I hope to tell and that will inspire people, naturally I've been able to just meet the right people that are looking for that as well, that are looking to share their experiences, share those thoughts, share their knowledge. And I want to just first and foremost say, I'm really grateful.
Of course, man.
I'm really grateful for this moment. I'm grateful for all you that are watching right now, that are part of this community, and that are taking time right now to to be here with us. And, you know, from the moment that I came through these, like walked up and came through these doors, like from the first moment that we locked eyes, I just felt your energy right away. You know, that, you know, it's hard to sometimes put it in words, but
Dude,
like,
words are limiting. It's like the best things in life you can't even really prove, like, or show on like a formula. Like a lot of people are looking for a tangible explanation to be like,
Right.
prove it, show me, I want to see it.
Yeah.
It's like you can't write down like a formula for happiness or be like, talk to me about, or love, or all like, you know, joyous, adventurous experiences. They just happen. So English in itself is limited because we're just using our words. But when you can empathically pick up on somebody else's vibe, everything is energy. And that doesn't need to mean it's like from a religious or spiritual standpoint or like whatever your beliefs are. The bottom line is, whether you believe it or not, everything is broken down into molecular atoms that are just vibrating at different frequencies.
Yeah.
And when you can come to being in the present,
Yeah.
you're going to naturally attract people that are also like that. So the same way as people are looking at our screen, when we're looking out in the world that we see, our eye is not going to be attracted to someone that's like, go, 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 like, shit, I'm in a rush, eating their food quick, moving on. If you're in a state of being present, you're going to unconsciously notice, oh, look at that person. They're chilling. They're on my same page.
Yeah.
And that's why I say your vibe attracts your tribe.
yes.
So when you can just put these things into practice and appreciate those feelings, sometimes it's just like making deep eye contact and looking into someone, especially when applying that to like your personal life, your professional life. Do I want to date this person? Do I want to do a business relationship with this person? Is this a stranger I should talk to in the street? You can just look at someone, man. You don't even need to hear their words. A lot of people are really good with their words, and society teaches us to speak a certain way and say how you think you're going to be impressed.
Right.
But you can see through that when you just look at someone and just trust your intuition, which again is something that we're taught not to trust from a young age.
Yeah.
And the word intuition actually has a funny double meaning, because school, which my look on school is, it's a very boxy system that's telling you, oh, the bell's ringing, get to your next class. Oh, put up your hand if you want to go to the washroom. I can't go take a piss if I want to take a piss. I need to go ask if I'm going to go do something. It's literally like a form of slavery in my mind. So when you can remove the shackles of school and the way that people look to perceive that kind of thing, and you move back into yourself, it makes things flow. And the flow is beautiful. So the double meaning of intuition is when people go to school and they pay money to be in college, they pay money to be in university, and they're like, I'm intuition. You pay your tuition, I'm intuition, so that our unconscious mind goes like, I want to trust my intuition, but wait, I'm intuition entrapped in school. And that doesn't mean that some people, you know, school could be for you,
Right.
definitely. But at the same time, it's like, why are you going to school? Well, I'm going to school to get a degree, in order to get a job, in order to secure status, in order to make money. But if you just had something you were doing where the money was flowing and it didn't involve school, you wouldn't want to be intuition, because you'd be trusting your intuition. And back to what you said, you would just be in the flow of life, of trusting whatever flows in front of you at any given moment.
Yeah.
And that's where the magic happens.
It's amazing. Do you feel that, like, when did you consciously become aware of your like real intuition and being present, and like, did you hit a point in your life where you felt you got caught up into, like, right now everybody is, you know, they're after right now to live, like, to have a happy life, to follow their dreams, to make it reality, but they're getting caught up into like the hustle, the go, the grind, all of that. You know, I got caught up in that. I know it took me some time. I knew that I always appreciated being present. I always appreciated, like, really taking the time to, like, enjoy my surroundings and really get into who people are, give them, like, all of me. But I definitely got caught up in, like, you know, what you said to me earlier, was like this North American mindset of like, woo, 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 go, constant, like, I gotta connect, I gotta pick these calls, I gotta get this meeting, I gotta get this text messages, my text messages are like hundreds of messages coming in, you know, I gotta get this post up, all of that happens. You know, sometimes you can lose touch with
Completely, dude.
presence.
So it's finding that balance, and it's a delicate balance. Life is a delicate dance, because our mind forms thought system, again, especially like in North America, of that, the hustle, the grind, we have time, what's your time worth, what's gonna be a trade, oh, I'm selling you my time is the most valuable thing you can give. It's like, dude, every single human being that has a breath, that experiences time, all time is equal. And when you ever try and put yourself above somebody or saying that your time is more valuable than someone else's because they have better status in society, which today is just measured by money for the most part, it's like you're just belittling yourself. So speaking of text messages, dude, and when I became what I call this level of awareness, consciousness, whatever English word you want to put on it, it just feels different. I was in Australia and I was hanging out. I was actually in a conversation with this awesome girl, and we were just talking about life, sitting across from each other, and I noticed that we were both kind of like looking at our phones and reaching for our phones. Oh. And I had like 400 unread text messages, and every time I'd see that stupid number right there. I'd see all my emails, and we're like trying to engage in this conversation, but we're both being pulled. So other people's energies from outside of what we can see are coming in the form of this digital text message through this ridiculous piece of metal technology. And I was like, how am I ever going to get away from this? Like, I just want to trust that whatever's supposed to happen in life is supposed to happen. I grabbed my phone and I went, my intuition said, throw your phone out the window. I was like, what the fuck? Oh. Throw your phone out the window? Dude, I was like, I literally got scared. I went, boom, and I chucked it out the window. 5 months ago now. The second I did that, something just went, it like cracked in me, and I was like, oh my God. And like we continued the conversation, and it just like flowed, and I was like, I need to go outside. And I went outside and I went for a walk, and I started walking around and just like looking at the different people, looking at the things, looking at my surroundings, looking at nature, and I was like, is there such thing as the hustle? Is there such thing as the grind? I was like, every second of my life, I always used to think, when am I gonna get there? When am I gonna get there? Okay, I need to have this status. I wanna have this car. I wanna have this house. I wanna have this business. All the things that we're taught to think. And I was like, does that even actually make me happy? Or is just being happy, like smiling and enjoying and accepting whatever comes to you? So that changed a lot. And it also came with the realization that our eyes are literally, this is a truth, this is not an opinion, they are projectors for the thoughts in our head. Close your eyes, open them. We are seeing every single thing that we've created right now. So your deepest unconscious thoughts and the things that you experience and the things that you see on a daily basis at every single moment at any given time are just projecting what's in your head. So when you can replace your thoughts with thoughts that serve you and take out the ones that are, you need to look a certain way, you need to do this, you need to be on the grind, you need to be on the hustle, you'll come to the moment. You'll have a clean slate in your head. And rather than waking up and trying to draw your day on a picture that's already been drawn or erase it and then redrawn, you'll always have a blank page. And you can do that by forms of thought purging. And when the page is blank, that's when the creativity comes in. Inferior ideas will always be pushed to the side by simply focusing on the moment. Because we just think all the time, I'm supposed to be here, I'm supposed to be there. Perfect ideas of sheer creation will come in like that. Yeah. And one major success, one big hit, one big anything can set you up for the rest of your life.
Yeah, I mean, I have lived that, you know, and I still live that to this day, right? Like, when I started the show, you know, and, you know, it was just like little by little, you know, I don't know where it's gonna happen, I don't know where it's gonna go, I don't care. It makes me happy. You know, like this is what I do this because I enjoy it with no money, no ads, no brands, no nothing. Like I want to. This is what I envision. This is what I want in my life, regardless of anything. I mentioned this to you earlier. Like, regardless of money or anything, like I would want to tell stories and make content for the rest of my life. It's what I enjoy doing. Yep. And when you just do that and you accept what you want to do, you do what you know what makes you happy. You start to manifest these things, and then it starts to come together. Like today, they were talking about this show on CNN, like just this morning, and I was just like, wow, like that's fucking amazing. That's awesome. I didn't expect that. Like I don't, you know, like I'm doing it because it's coming from my heart. Yeah. It's coming from a place of like, you know, just genuinity. How do you say that word? Genuinity? Yeah.
I make up words all the time. I don't know who Mr. Webster is. I've never met him. Or Mr. Oxford. Make your own dictionary. Genuinity. Word, you know? Maybe.
And the same thing happened with with Elite Daily, and you know, for me, it was just like, you know, when you do that and you're patient, every day you just take the day full, like it's like that canvas, you know, you're free, you do the best you can to just like live life, man. Except that you don't know how much time you genuinely have, and you know, I think
that's your passion, dude. Yeah, storytelling, and it's like, because if I was like, yo, Gerard, you're not allowed to monetize this anymore, would you still do it?
Oh yeah, man.
So that is how you can find something. A lot of times you just need to go back to what are the things we enjoyed doing when we were kids, when we had no comprehension of time or money.
Yeah.
What did you enjoy doing for free?
Yeah.
What did you enjoy just doing with your moments? And when you can find that and turn it into your profession or a way to kind of manage and get through the world, that's what's true. And a lot of people are like, wait, how am I gonna do that? I have this job, I have security. Okay, so pretend you quit your job. Walk out of your job, what's the worst gonna happen? Okay, now you start, you're not making any money. Oh, I'm not making any money. How am I going to have a place to sleep? Dude, there are unlimited places in nature to sleep. When I was walking around Australia, I'd be crashing on random hills of beautiful grass, passing out on the beach, call up a friend, hey, can I grab your couch tonight? While I'm like following my bliss. So every single person has this thing called like a hero's journey. And it's the full circle of what you start, what you do to go out and learn, and then what you bring back. And when you can follow that and align it with the desires in your mind and the script that we wrote in our hearts as our soul before we incarnated into these bodies, that is, dude, that's the perfection. That's when life becomes fun. And there's no downtime, not like, oh, I'm excited to do this. Oh, but I have that appointment later today that I don't want to do. If you don't want to do something, don't do it. Everyone should live their life by 2 simple rules. Do what you want to do and do what you say you're going to do. That's it. It's literally as simple as that. It's like, oh no, it's not as simple as that. I have this, what are my parents gonna think? What are my friends gonna think? What's society gonna think? Dude, that's not you. Be you.
Yeah.
And when you can do that, you can find that place, I literally can't say it any other way than magic literally starts unfolding. You'll start attracting different things coming in, whether it's an email for an opportunity, whether it is a new job, whether you find yourself on the sidewalk in Venice Beach doing some art or playing some badass guitar and some dude walks by and goes, man, you're really talented because you're just following your bliss. Do you want to do this with me? But it's, a lot of people don't trust. They don't trust in the flow. They don't trust what's going to come, and they feel this need to set up security systems in their thoughts of, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to do that. Everything becomes this linear fashion, and you don't just follow what you actually enjoy doing.
Yeah, that's amazing. So, talk to me like every morning, what is like, how do you go about your day every morning?
Definitely, dude. I'd love to get into that and talk about how this is all going to tie into business, because it's very powerful. When I was living the grind, living the hustle, go, I had a few minor successes here and there,
Yeah.
but I did not enjoy them. I was under stress, anxiety, depressed, popping Adderall, all these different things that, you know, society says do this.
Yeah.
And then when I changed everything, I was able to tie it into what I love doing and making tons of money while doing it and meeting amazing people while doing it.
Yeah.
So one of the most important exercises anyone can ever do the second they wake up is write down your dreams. So while you're sleeping at night, your unconscious mind is feeding your conscious mind all of these, your unconscious mind is feeding your unconscious mind during the day. So when your conscious mind turns off at night, your unconscious mind is free to roam. And the thoughts that want to come out in the form of your dreams, especially when we're falling asleep and we don't think of what we want to dream. So the number one thing people do when they're falling asleep at night, heads on your pillow, and what you'll start thinking is, you'll think of the day you just had. So if I was going to sleep tonight, I'd be like, oh, that was awesome. Gerard came over, we sat down, we did the interview, we went this, that, and I'm reliving the whole day in my mind. But the day already happened, so what's the point? And then the number two people thing do after they go through the current days, they think about tomorrow. Okay, so that was a good day. What am I doing tomorrow? This, that. So those are the thoughts that are feeding from your conscious mind to your unconscious mind, going into that dream state, and then that's what you will dream about. You're literally planting seeds. And that's why a lot of times it's like, oh, I saw that person today and then I dreamt of them. You can take control of your dreams with powerful statements while you're going to sleep. I am healthy. I am strong. I am powerful. I am happy. Or think of like a beautiful future that you want to manifest or you want to create. So when you can do that, you can alter your dreams a lot. If you're not doing that, or even if you are, your unconscious mind will feed you stuff while you sleep. So when you write down your dreams, which disappear the second your feet touch the ground, that's when like the DMT that's produced in your sleep starts to kind of evaporate, and all of a sudden you lose thought of what you actually dreamt.
Yeah.
So when you wake up, you can create new neural pathways by making the connection of your thoughts going down your arm, into a pen, writing it on paper, seeing what you wrote, it goes back in your head, gives you a chance to analyze it. You go, why did I dream of that? I felt fear in my dream. Why did I feel that? And go back to those memories. You can solve them, and then you won't have recurring bad dreams. You'll never have like a nightmare, and you'll start dreaming of happiness. And your dreams can be a way of giving you premonitions from your intuition of how to act later that day. Wow. So first thing I do is always dream journal in the morning, and then breath work. And the breath work, a lot of people are like, oh, it's a waste of time. No, it's, first of all, again, time is just your perception of time. And think about how fast time moves. Where were you before you were watching this video? Where were you a day ago? And it's like, oh, you were just there, now you're here. Like, things move like this. Weren't you just born yesterday? Weren't you just in 5th grade? Weren't you just 16 years old? Weren't you just graduating from something? It's like, whoa, where did all that go? So when you can take that back and come back to here, that's what your breath work allows you to do. And it allows you to build up a lot of, whatever word you want to put on it, chi, prana, your kundalini. And those things allow you to manifest powerfully, create powerfully. There's no such thing as work. It's creation. If you're calling stuff work, you're not doing something that you love. You need to be able to find something where your professional life is a perfect merge with your personal life. They all just flow into each other. They're not separate schedules.
Oh, I love that. And why not do the dream journal at night, right before going to sleep? Is there a difference between doing it at night between the morning?
Yeah, well, when you do it in the morning, your dream has happened, so you're able to think about it. Yeah. If you were to journal at night, journaling itself is just an amazing exercise. And a lot of people type on a computer and they don't realize when something says like 720p or 1080p, that stands for 720 lines or 1080 lines progressively running on the screen. So that's how many bars are going back and forth. And then there's a refresh rate. So that refresh rate is constantly shooting at your head. So your brain is playing a level of defense that's trying to block all of that out. And everyone talks about the blue light and putting that away, and that's awesome. But when you can just look at a piece of paper or type on a typewriter, the greatest writers to ever live, dude, typewriters, because they weren't obstructed and having to run a piece of the RAM in their memory from playing defense on that. So when you write at night or in the morning, but at night, that's a great spot to detox anything that happened in the day that you didn't like. I didn't like this experience because it made me feel this way, and I'm moving through it. So you can do the writing on both sides.
Okay. I have to start doing that.
Dude, it's powerful. Buy a journal. It takes a little bit of time to form a habit, but just see yourself doing it. Yeah. Write down one simple statement. I am going to do a dream journal for the next 30 days. Yeah. Just as soon as you write that, again, neural pathway created, down your arm, into the pen. You read what you just wrote, back into your consciousness, into your conscious mind. Conscious mind feeds the unconscious mind, feeds the conscious mind, and before you know it, you're writing without even know why you are. Yeah. So it's like we don't think to go to the bathroom. We don't think to wake up and brush our teeth. We don't think to breathe consciously or unconsciously. It's just happening because it's in our mind. So you can put these things in your mind so there's no resistance to do them.
Wow. What were some of the things that you, from dream journaling, from this new level of consciousness, have started to manifest? Like, what's been some of these great experiences that have started to happen over this past year for you? I mean, in Australia, once that happened, when you threw that phone, how long ago was that?
That was the end of January.
Oh wow, so it's still this year?
Yeah, so January, February, March, April, where are we now? May? June.
We just started June, yeah.
Started June. So yeah, 5 months or so.
Wow. So have you gone from Australia all over the world?
Yeah, dude. I went to Australia. I was in Bali for a little bit. I went and spent some time in Hawaii. I did a 6-day water fast in Hawaii. Really? Allowed my body to have a break. Fasting is a super important part of life where a big percentage of our body's unconscious processes is taken up by digesting food. And the liver, as long as it just has no calories for 12 hours, it has the ability to do a full regeneration. So when you can do that every day, it's full power, dude. I do coffee enemas. You can just get a bag from CVS, go buy yourself some cold brew, organic coffee, organic black coffee, and just water. You literally fire that up your butt, hold it for 15 minutes, and then let it out. And that goes into your portal vein, into your liver. It produces glutathione, does a beautiful liver detoxification process, and you just feel lit. And it nowhere near affects your body in the same acidity level that it does when you digest coffee. So fasting's good. Did that in Hawaii, traveled around. And then with regards to some of the things that I've started creating, dude, I honestly almost think that I've been unlearning and uncreating more than I'm creating, which has just allowed the things that are happening to flow in a better sense. So I'm erasing the thoughts that made me think that I needed to do all of this and be in these different places. Like, I don't know what's gonna come of this. I don't know who's gonna see this episode and go, oh dude, that guy Chris, I wanna be able to hit him up for an opportunity. Yeah. I have an amazing opportunity right now with a company in San Diego that does they do juicing. And I met a dude that I saw him wearing a shirt, and I was like, oh, I like that juicing company. He's like, man, they're getting ready to sell for big money, but the owner's kind of stressed out and he needs some help. And I was like, you know what? I don't even care about this for the money or anything. I just want to meet this dude. So I'm going to meet him and help him out, but that can then easily turn into a business opportunity. Yeah. And it's not something I was expecting, but it's like has big, big potential. But if you do want to actually consciously manifest and create things, the number one absolute most powerful way is to visualize it. Visualization is a lot more powerful than words. So see what you want to create. Feel yourself in that moment. What would it feel like? Is it excitement uncontrollable? Are you playing hockey? Are you coming down the left wing and firing one top cheddar? Are you sitting on a hill having a picnic with a friend? See it, feel it. And then another very effective way is to write about it. Describe it. Actually put into words what you want to see and feel. But other than that, dude, my business has never run better. I'm doing less work and seeing more results. I'm implementing these practices within my company. I'd love to give the audience a couple of these breath techniques. I'll go through them quickly and then you could just repeat them on your own time. Okay. Super effective. So we're doing that in-house.
How have you manifested the right people around you? People talk about law of attraction, and I think when you have this level of consciousness with yourself, this level of presence, this level of like, you're starting to really visualize your dreams to start manifesting them. How has that brought the right people around you in your life?
So, dude, that's like Lao Tzu and the Tao, the Tao Te Chi. It talks a lot about this universal source of infinite energy that's constantly creating stuff. So the best way I can explain it, which again doesn't have any scientific formula, it's just like the trusting in the miracle of life, is when you start thinking differently, you start attracting differently. Like it just happens. So one thing you could just choose to do is say like, I choose to see the beauty in all situations in life. So that when you're again looking at this frame, you can see something that reminds you of like a bad memory, or if you say that, you'll just see the good thing. So when it comes to trust and like hiring people and bringing in a team, dude, I put it out there. I think of my network. Who are the most 10 connected people I've ever met? Not because a lot of times you get lost in thoughts. Oh, I need to reach out to them. Pick 10. Write a simple email to those 10 people. Brother or sister, I am looking to hire a person that has these credentials. I would absolutely love if you were able to think of someone that you might think fits this mold. Put it out there, let it go. Wait till the email comes back. Who's going to respond? Whoever comes in, whoever you're supposed to meet, go meet them. And then you can do a lot of cool things around personality tests. I have a buddy named Juddy Arnold, and he does some amazing stuff when personality-wise and the different scores. So you just need to find that. There's another great thing called human design. And when you can look into these things, you can build a team pretty quickly. It's super effective.
It's dope, man.
Yeah.
Well, I'm interested to get into also like your background in business, and Dollar Beard Club has been such a, like, I love your content, man. The way that you create, and the community that you've created around it, and the growth that you've had on that too. And I'm really interested to hear that story, how that all came about, what you learned from that, and during that journey, how you evolved as a leader for yourself, for the people around you, and how your spirit has changed from the process. You talked a little bit about like the anxiety, the stress of building a business, and then how you've changed since this year in January, and like how more present you've become, and that now you're saying you've had even more growth with your business, and things are manifesting even more. So just really excited to hear about the story.
Yeah, man. So we've the numbers are amazing. We've done like $24 million in less than 2 years.
Wow.
And it's built a big brotherhood. It's kind of worldwide, actually. We're getting ready to start shipping worldwide. And it all started from a vow of commitment that I made to myself. I wondered why I was always shaving. I was like, who am I doing it for? My parents looking good for a job interview. I had my own things going on, but a lot of people thought process looking for a job interview. The lady in your life, my wife doesn't want me to have a beard, my girlfriend doesn't want to have a beard, and it's like this kind of social acceptability. So I was like, you know what, if I can commit to just growing out my hair, I think that's going to show dedication, and who knows what'll come from it.
Right.
Next thing you know, started gathering up buddies. We all started working on things. We all had these big ass beards, and we're like, you know what, man, we need a little bit of oil to take care of these things and put it on, get the mustache away from the lips, have the sides all tamed down. And we were looking, and we were buying bottles of oil, and they were like, some of them were $20 each, some of them were $40 each. So it was very expensive, and it had a lot of different ingredients in it that weren't like natural and pure. So we went to source some stuff out and say, what's this going to cost to make our own oil?
Right.
And we found an easy way to give volume to the customers at a very affordable price. So we're like, you know what? Let's not even do this for the money. We'll sell this thing for $1. We will give this out, and we're going to tell men to be men and to let their true self be embraced.
Yeah.
Because it's like, anyone watching this video right now, your beard is longer right now than before you started watching this video. That's a fact. And it's longer right now than before I just said that. It's literally always trying to come out of your face. And it's like, why are you trying to stop something from happening that wants to happen? We didn't do any manifestation for us to have a beard. It just came with like built into these bodies that we have. So when you let that flow, the energy starts to flow. So then we came up with a video, dude. We shot it over the course of 2 days. We spent $800 on it. And we sat on it for like 6 months because it wasn't even a priority to like do this, do that. We started the business for 30 grand. And when the video went out, it went viral, and we did like 60 grand in our first month, 250 in our second, and $1 million in our third. And then it just went off to the races. And we realized that the energy that we put into the video of us having fun on set, not giving a crap, giving these funny messages, throwing a couple chirps at, Dollar Shave Club saying, real men don't shave type of thing. It created some comedy and some humor and some fun around it. So things were really able to take off. Actually, the week that we launched it, I was on Shark Tank for a different business called Coolbox. We crowdfunded a product, and we did like $500,000 in sales in Indiegogo. And then we did a licensing deal on the show with Lori, but ended up not closing behind the scenes. Sometimes the sharks have some very sharky, fine print. Luckily, we have a beautiful lawyer, Michael Esquivel, absolute legend up in the Bay Area. And he looked at some stuff for us and said, it's a no-go. We hooked up with Kevin Harrington, ended up doing a licensing deal with him, and now we're getting ready to ship all the cool boxes out actually in the next couple weeks.
Oh, wow.
So that's exciting. But yeah, man.
How was it keeping up when like all that happened and you weren't expecting it? And boom, 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 boom. A lot of businesses end up like not being able to handle that growth.
Yep.
How did you, at that point in time, how did you feel when that all happened?
So that was where there was a lot of depression of like, oh my God, like I want to go back to the life where things are more calm. And then anxiety of like, holy shit, what's going to happen in the future? We have all this money coming in. How are we going to expand? How are we going to do that? And I just made this, I had a realization. I was like, wow, depression involves living out memories from the past. Anxiety involves worrying about the future. So if I don't care about the past because I can't change it, and if I don't care about the future because it's not here, I was like, and it's just like the sea split in front of my mind, and I was like, breathe a little, chill out, let it happen. What do you want to do? How do you want to make this happen? And it's like, I want to get Dan Bilzerian involved in this thing. I didn't know the dude. Created a video for the Als Ice Bucket Challenge. Me jumping out of a moving Jeep over a bridge into a body of water. And I said, you know how you nominate people, right? I was like, I want to nominate different people. I want to nominate my sister, James Harden, and Dan Bilzerian. 24 hours later, we go to Vegas. I see Bilzerian in a crowd of people. Like, one day, instant, think it happens. Go right up to him. I showed him the video. I was like, dude, we need to talk. And he gets approached by a ton of people for different things. But I went through, I had meetings with his bodyguard and his COO, and finally got to him, and he's like, all right, dude, you passed some tests, let's make this happen. And then being able to involve him made it a lot of fun, gave us a lot more exposure, and it allowed that with the other money that was coming in and the scalability of the business to just trust and like in the moment, not worrying about the past and the future. My thoughts were centered, and I used those thoughts to say, okay, where are our problems? Fulfillment is not happening quick enough. We're not giving it out. All right, we need to go make a trip to the fulfillment center. Let's just use our voice to talk to them, to express our concerns, to say how much quicker we can get this to our customers. Manufacturing, guys, can we add this ingredient to make the products even more pure than they already are? And can you simultaneously do that? We're willing to pay a little bit more to get it produced faster. On the tech side, we're experiencing these problems. Let's hire a couple more tech guys to get, button this up. And you just zoomed out to look at it from a bird's eye view to see where the problems were. And then we were able to just execute, dude. Execute like clockwork with no fear of it not working.
Right. I think that's like so, like literally, there's no formula, but like that is what it is, like too many people get depressed, stressed out about like everything that's going wrong that already happened, anxiety about the future, how is this gonna happen, how are we gonna fix this, all these things. If you can just part that and then just take a step back, how do you want to see this thing work out, how do you want to solve these issues, what do you envision for this going forward?
Sir.
And then just boom, just start executing at it.
Boom, and then it's fun, dude. It doesn't feel like work. Like we literally, 7 of us were in this dope house down in a little spot called Valley Center outside of Escondido, San Diego County. And we were just like this, man. We were just walking around in shorts and no shirt, You know, one guy would be working out in our gym downstairs, another dude's in the sauna, guys are grinding on phone calls, and it's like, you know, making stuff happen. Hey, who wants a, boys, I'm whipping up a salad and some pasta, any orders? Like, yeah, I gotta go outside. Hey, I'm driving to LA, we got a meeting. It was fun, it was no pressure.
Yeah.
Like I always told the dudes that I work with and I brought on the team, everyone has equity, everyone has a share in this, everyone has a role that they feel fulfilled doing, and it's like at any given time, if you don't like what you're doing, just tell me, and we'll find ways so that you like it, so that work does not feel like work, and it moves into effortless creation. And when you can adopt that mindset, dude, take care of your body, you know, feed it well, do some exercises. And that doesn't mean you can't go out and, you know, get lit up on some beers one night and have a night in the town, maybe hack a couple darts, but, you know, then reset, do a fast. After you give yourself this this indulgence, don't eat for 12 to 16 hours. Give your body a break, come back to it, do some breath work. Speaking of the breath work, let's give these guys two different breaths, and I won't go through the whole thing. I'll just tell you them, how you do them, so that you can just repeat them at home. So the first one is a Kapalbhati Kundalini breath. And the way you do it is sit like this if you can, and you fold one foot over top of the other. But the bottom line is you just want to sit comfortable. Get your back straight. Pucker up your butt as if someone's trying to put a finger in your butt and you're closing it so nothing can actually get in there, and that'll close your root chakra at your base and allow the energy that you're building with your breath to start going up and down your spine. Picture the crown of your head being open to be able to receive energy. And again, just a quick visualization of that. I usually put my hands like this, back is straight, touch thumb and forefinger together, 3 fingers out. You start with a big, deep breath in through your nose. 100% fill your entire belly and your entire lungs. So you do that first, you go. Then all the way out through your nose slowly. Then take a breath 3/4 of the way in instead of 100% in. Pause at the top, make sure your butt hole is flexed, and start breathing out with just your nose and let your diaphragm pulse. So you're just gonna worry about the out breath. The in breath will happen naturally in between the out breath. So it looks like this. So I'm pushing out, and in between, I'm sucking in through my nose. And my belly is going in and out. So butt flexed, hands here, spine straight. Do that about 50 times. On the 50th one at the top, you're gonna breathe out through your nose. So that's one round. Then you repeat 100% of the way in, all the way out, 3/4 in, do 50 times. So dude, like, we didn't even do a full real round. Do you feel that?
Whoa, holy shit.
Your head starts, you oxygenate your body, dude. Like, I'm already just in more
What?
like, I don't even want to talk anymore. It's, and dude,
I'm dead serious.
try that.
That's crazy.
Try that,
I mean,
pause the video.
Wow.
Do
Holy
5
cow.
rounds of it.
Dude, I feel like everything just got like more like brighter and like, I don't know, I feel more alive. My energy is
Now what
stronger.
happens when you film a lot of your content? Doesn't the content get better as you go?
Oh yeah.
When you go to the gym, don't you get stronger as
Oh,
you
yeah.
go?
Absolutely.
You're playing a sport, don't you get more accurate as you go?
Yeah.
Breath is the same thing, and the more you do it, the more you put into it, the more you'll get out of it. If you do that for 5 minutes, just 5 minutes, your whole day will 100% change. So here's another quick one. This one is Wim Hof put his name on it. I think somebody else coined it way back. Anyways, whatever it's called, names don't matter. This one is a big breath in through the nose and a sharp, quick breath out through the mouth. 30 times. Starts like this. On the keep going. On the 30th one, you're gonna take it all the way in through the nose, all the way out very slowly through the mouth until all the breath is gone, and then hold it there. Don't breathe in after the 30th one. Hold your breath for as long as you can. So big, big breath in. Big, big out through the mouth, slow. Hold it right here. No talking, no breathing. Right here, stay as long as you can. When you run out of breath again, take it in through the nose, gently, in and out through the nose. And then another round, 30 times. So doing 4 rounds of that is very powerful. Again, the last thing you want to do is talk after this because I'm already feeling high and bliss. It's a very alkalizing breath in the body to be able to shift the pH scale to move into a place of serenity and clarity. So what we just did by doing these breathing techniques, and the more you do, the more you build. A lot of people look at currency as money, and you use money to buy things. Look at breath as your prana, as your chi, as your energy that you're building up on a different dimension. And then the menu of what you want to order into your life is a cosmic menu that has anything on it, anything you would imagine. The limits of what are on the menu are the limits of what you can think. What do you want? You want to fly? You're gonna need to breathe probably for like 40 days straight, maybe a couple hours a day, then you can get into levitation stuff. But some more realistic, societal realistic stuff. What kind of job do you want? What kind of house do you want? What kind of business do you want? What kind of guy do you want to meet in your life to be your best buddy and your business partner? What kind of girl do you want to meet in your life to have an absolutely beautiful relationship with? What do you want to heal with your parents? What do you want to heal with a friend? Ask for it. Visualize it, feel it. The more prana, the more chi you build up, the more ability you have to do that.
Woo! I'm breathing. Woo! I'm doing that.
We're in it, dude.
Yeah.
That's how Bearded Brothers shake right there.
All right.
And you got a bit of growth going on.
A little bit.
And like I said, it's longer right now than before this thing started.
Right.
So I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and
all right.
we'll shake like Bearded Brothers do.
Love it. Thank you, brother.
Hell yeah. So dude, I think we move on to, let's get out there. Let's get out in the world. Let's think of what we want to create today.
Let's do it.
I'm big on acts of kindness.
Okay.
Sporadic acts of kindness and giving out. The more you give, the more you get. When you start doing that, you literally can't give it away fast enough. I promise you. Give it away, whether it's in the form of compliments, giving a stranger a hug, money, giving away money, and dissolving your attachment to this material that, despite what we're told, technically does grow on trees. I think that's where money comes from. It's paper, it's trees. There are different ways to bring it in. Give it away, it'll come back.
I mean, for a second, I want to talk about materialistic things, though, for a second.
Yeah.
Because, you know, early on in my life, you know, first and foremost, I never had material things, but I had love. And, like, I'm super grateful because I had an amazing family. I know you have a sister who works with you. My sister works with me. I'm super blessed with that. But I always dreamt of materialistic things growing up. You know, I had the poster of the car. I dreamt of getting one day, being able to get the watch, being able to, you know, just be able to rent the villa. You know, just those things, you know, buy the sneakers that I always wanted, all those things. And early on in my career, being able to get all those things felt great. But it was until it got taken away from me that I realized it was meaningless. It was just, those were just things. They were just things that I wanted and achievements, but they weren't the actual real things that were going to make me happy. But even to this day, I do still enjoy materialistic things. You know, it's a sense of accomplishment. It's a sense of freedom. What is your take on the materialistic life?
So, dude, it's honestly, in what I consider, the most perfect take ever. A lot of people in this whole spiritual thing and stuff, like no materialism, detachment, this and that. Fine. Despite what we're told as kids, you can have your cake and you can eat it too. Go after the material things to enjoy them, to experience them, to share them, but not because you are tying the emotion of happiness with the materials. That is a detachment that needs to be separated and chopped in half in your mind. Don't think, when I get this, I'm gonna be happy. I'm happy right now. And then when the materials come, they're gonna come. A lot of people think that we need to own things to be happy. What's the difference between renting and owning stuff? What happens when you die? Do you own anything? Where are the billionaires? Where's all their money now that they're gone from this place? Does it really matter? So the more that you can share while you actually have it and give it away, and be okay, so that when you lose something or you give it away or it's taken from you, all of the above, you don't care. Dude, 6 months ago, I had a gorgeous place in San Diego. It was on 3 acres of property, a big 5,000 square foot house. I had a gorgeous little spot in Costa Mesa, and it was this nice little 2-bedroom apartment close to our office in Newport, and a 10,000 square foot badass mansion in Hollywood. And we were throwing parties in at the top of the hills. We were driving a truck. We were driving a Challenger. Dodge was sponsoring us with cars. We had a Benz. We had a limo. We had a Jeep. We had it all. Now, this is an Airbnb and the car outside's a rental. All of it gone. None of the houses are here, none of the cars are here. It's the ebb and the flow. It comes and it goes. You have it, you give it away, you share. When I had the mansion, who wants to come sleep at the house tonight? Dude, I slept my very last night at the mansion, I slept in the master bedroom. That was the only night. The rest I either slept on the couch because I gave the rooms to my friends, or most of the nights I slept in the driveway. I had a truck in my back. My buddy Claude, dude, he makes the most crazy organic beds, set it up in the back of the truck, and I slept in the driveway. And it was like, I was good with it. I bounced back and forth between the houses. I didn't care where I was, and I liked it, and the materials were there, and when I was in it, it made me happy, and I shared the experience. But now that it's not here, I'm not any less happy. I'm just waiting for the next spot. So we're just leasing things from the earth. I don't even believe in there's such thing as stealing. There's permanently borrowing from somebody else. And when I was in Australia, I had a laptop in my car, I left my door open, and somebody borrowed my laptop. I don't know who it was or where it was, but they needed it more than I did. And then I was gonna do some work on my laptop today, but I thought, maybe that's just a sign that I need to go out and write in a journal and walk around. So when you just follow the signs and you have the thoughts in your unconscious mind about what you want to manifest, what materials you want to create, they will come faster when you don't tie a conditional emotional attachment to them. Just let them come. Write it down. Draw a picture of the house that you want. And when it comes, cool. But mortgage? Oh, God. I don't even want to tell you what that means. Go Google this. Go Google the etymology of the word mortgage. Look what Google says for that. And look what happens when you're signing your mortgage. It's not cool. You don't need a mortgage. You don't need to own a house. There's no such thing as owning. Rent, give away, free. If you buy something, share it, let friends stay. You don't need to charge for everything.
And give.
And give, dude. Just give it all away.
Love that.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
Oh, another thing we should do.
Yeah.
We should get our asses in that water, dude.
Fuck yeah.
I saw a couple dolphins chilling out there. There's a duck. That might be the dolphin fin. No, it's just another bird. But yeah, we should go down there. Let's get our feet in the sand, do a couple breaths, rinse it off.
Good in.
Let's get in the car. Let's go make some stuff happen.